Declan Brennan. And I've got another Irishman next to me in the commentary box, Tony. It's great to have you here. First match we've done together this weekend. There'll be plenty more, no doubt. I'm really excited to see how Declan takes to a new sport for him.
Yeah, I've just been having a little chat with him before he went out, and he hasn't played on one of these tables ever until today.
Yeah, a player that has a huge snooker background.
Yeah.
Before transitioning into playing English pool, and he's become the second-ranked professional at English pool in the world, and now he's making a transition across to play some American as well. So it's all going to be about how does he get the feel and the touch with the cue ball. His patterns are, I think, right up there, the best, if certainly in the conversation, then top 2 or 3 in the game. So we'll see how, in terms of the English pool. So let's see if he can adapt, because the patterns are different.
Well, you know he's not going to miss any pots.
Yeah, that helps.
The thing.
It definitely helps.
And he's such a tough competitor. And this is a pretty good start. And the left-hander from Northern Ireland, I was just about to say, is making a great start.
Well, there you go, Tony. You've absolutely brought in a commentator's curse there. You're not going to see him miss any pots. And one shot later, there we go. He misses a fairly routine regulation ball. So not a good start for Declan. Important now for Eric to punish it.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Eric, when I first saw him play, as you said, in Phoenix, he's such a great shot maker as well. From being in trouble,
yeah,
I don't think I've quite seen anybody like Eric for pulling out the ridiculous. These are straightforward for him. You don't normally see him take these sort of finishes out, but he's normally gets himself into a bit of trouble as he drops his chalk for a second time.
We'll see plenty of that as well.
Yeah, he was on his Facebook page. I think it was yesterday. It was Eric, and unfortunately, friends with Eric as he puts the 8 away and takes the first rack.
Coming into it, I actually have Eric as favourite. You know, in my mind, it's no question of that.
Very good break there from Eric Charlton. Yeah, he came into the comms box earlier tonight, Eric. Always a very bubbly, happy-go-lucky sort of character as well. You know, he said, I'm just going to go out, no matter what happens, I'm going to enjoy it. He said, I'm getting to play Declan Brennan. He said, on the TV, on the main stage, you know, this is just, you know, it's what dreams are made of.
Grimace, though, this time, he needed that 12 to squeeze in. Didn't quite move the balls enough. So, a bit of thinking to be done.
Well, this is where Eric comes into his own. It's being able to pull out ridiculous shots to get back into position, and he's going to have to find a couple here as well.
Yeah, he's in trouble. I think Eric's not of your sort of mindset, Tony. That
he is.
It's when you said that he's going to have to, you know, pull out some shots, whereas I was thinking, well, maybe he needs to pull out some good safeties, but he is going to keep going.
Yeah, he doesn't pull back the reins on the horse. He'd rather flog it to death. Keep going.
There's more than one way to win these matches. That was a tough layout, though, for Eric. It's one of those you just don't beat yourself up too much about that one. It's he tried something, it didn't work. Oh, there we go. Declan is struggling with the cue ball here.
A slight look of disbelief there from Declan. We'll take another look. Just completely lost the cue ball there. Not used to the reaction because of the different weights of balls that we play with in the UK, and coming over here to adapt not only to the table but to obviously the way the balls react.
I think we might see Declan kind of suffer from a similar fate to Craig Waddingham when he came over for the first time, that looked all at sea when he played in the, this one's gone wrong for Eric as well, when he played in the shootout. But as the weekend went on, he got stronger and stronger because of the group nature, you know, playing group matches, playing his shootout match, and then coming through a couple of rounds, and all of a sudden he found himself in the final in Phoenix, in the Open. And I think it would, if Declan was going to win one of the 2 tournaments he's playing in this weekend, I would expect it more likely to be the Open than the shootout, because of the time he has to bed in. But when you're as good as someone like Declan, it wouldn't be any surprise to see him do anything on the table.
I just wonder, looking at this rack in particular, the last one, everything's pretty straightforward for Eric, but I just wonder if the occasion, maybe the name that he's playing, will have a bearing on some of Eric's play.
And we know he's going to go. It's a case of how does he deal with the 12 ball.
Yeah, but there's no value in playing a loss of turn there. We handed Declan a hello.
Oh dear. Well, that's going to end that rack pretty quickly. That was a messy rack all the way through, and it ends in a very messy way for Eric Charlton. And Declan Brennan gets his first rack on the board, and it's a gift. Very solid break. 8 ball's tracking. 8 ball is tracking. Not this time. Not seen a golden break yet today, have we?
Nope.
No golden break yet.
Been close a couple of times.
Yeah.
Early doors. Declan taking stripes, and there's only 4 of them to get rid of as well after that break.
I think he's got, oh, it's perfect. Slightly worried originally when he hit that he might be.
That's not perfect.
Dear Declan.
And he could have afforded to go right up to the top of the table there with that. Didn't have to be short.
He would have fancied making that as well, and hasn't happened. So 3 really poor visits to the table for Declan early in this match.
Eric probably feels we could slide that 3 ball past the 8.
It's tight though, isn't it?
It is tight.
He's not playing it now, so that would suggest it doesn't. Now he's decided that it does. Well, if you can make that, you'd have played it when you were perfect on it 2 shots ago.
I think where he landed, well, where he has landed, I'd be tempted to play the 3 as a length of the table bank shot.
I think we're getting closer to finding the answer of whether that ball goes or not.
Eric Charlton all over this is.
That's beautiful. What a shot that is.
Eric Charlton all over. What a great shot.
Beautiful touch. And he's going to fully punish Declan Brennan's positional error. Just got to pocket the 8 ball. And he's back in front. Damian Pompinek. That was one of those, Tony, where you've hit the break, you've heard the rattle that you were looking for, you know you've made a ball, turn around to get your playing cue, put the break cue back, and the situation when you turn around again is not one that you're expecting. He was expecting something easier than this, and he got that one horribly wrong.
Yeah, he tried to just tuck the cue ball there behind the 8. And as you can see from that overhead view, Declan Brennan has a clear line of sight with the stripes.
It's another layout where you'd be very surprised to see Declan not run these out, but he's already made a bit of a hash of certainly 2 layouts similar level to this, maybe even easier. So you've no idea really.
Taking no chances there, Declan. Just stop the cue ball dead rather than try and be a little bit cute to go on the 11.
He does get a run out. His first victory off his own cue, really. The Rockies won was a gift. We play 30-minute matches here in the Boston Shootout.
Cue ball. Scratch for Declan.
It threatened to stay up, didn't it? It hung there for a long time, but always looked like it was going to fall.
These balls are open as Eric decides solids are the ball of choice. Four in the 7 down there, the 4 mainly. That's the only sort of stumbling block you can see.
He's just decided he's more than happy just to play the gap.
He was trying to get on that combo there.
Yeah, he's gone too far.
Now this is tricky.
He's playing twice across?
Yeah, but there's traffic in the way there.
With loads of traffic.
It's on 3 rails. Oh.
Yeah, bad mistake really. Leaving the only tricky ball on the table last and not landing on it. I mean, I know he left it last because he didn't land on it 3 out, but should he have played on it earlier? You have to feel there was a better way out there than the one that Eric took on.
would you believe that? Because I don't.
Yeah, it's another sign that he's still struggling with the cue ball. He's let that cue ball drift so far that all of a sudden he's got a much thinner shot than he was looking for, and took his focus away from the pot because he was worried about the cue ball.
Well, he's not playing the bank, he's going for the cut. And he makes the cut.
Nicely put away by Eric Charlton, but what a mistake that was from Declan Brennan. Eric's thinking, make a ball, get the run out, and just get some separation here. He probably does feel, he should be further ahead than 3-2.
This for a break.
But he's made his own errors, and yeah, this is a good chance.
I mean, you look at them immediately, solids are really, really easy, but I think it might just be. I was about to say, would it be tricky to find his first pot, but no, because he had the 4-ball there. I was looking at the top of the table, and this is, well, these are gimmies.
Yeah. Routine.
You've got to take it one now. 1, 5, 6, 2.
I find it interesting how you see it. You'd seen it the same way as Eric. I think you could have gone about the other way around as well. I find that's what I find fascinating about this game is the patterns and the way you see it. I saw the one he just played now as his connection to the 8-ball bottom left. I mean, he held the 2 to go to the left side.
You just saw when you're on the 1 in the centre of the table, get rid of that, because it's just. I don't feel that you could sort of hook yourself.
Agree. It was the same loop around the table. It was just getting rid of the 2 before you did the loop around the table. But yeah, that's what I find fascinating. Even on a layout like that, you still have to see your pattern and run them through. Mike Deshane versus Kevin Guimond is another one that I think will draw a lot of attention.
Yeah, incredible on that 6-ball shootout with Kevin Guimond, where he'd have had Ricky Evans as an overwhelming favourite to win his 6-ball because he plays so much quicker. But then he made that incredible error where he didn't let the cue ball stop spinning when he potted his last ball in the shootout.
Oh, he had 2,000 in the shootout.
Did he have a second as well?
Yeah,
I was in the arena watch. I wasn't in the
he had 2. He had 10 seconds added to it.
Wow.
He just made it very, that's why Kevin was able just to take his time, which sounds strange.
I didn't know he'd done a second one because, like I said, I just watched it from the sidelines and I wasn't in the comms.
Perfect shape this time for Declan to run these out.
Yeah, it was in perfect shape early as well when he hung the 10-ball.
Very nicely done from Declan. Another run out for him.
Completely out of sync with the table, wrong end. I think his lag was miles away. And then as the weekend went on, I kept looking at results in the groups and I thought, hello, Craig's learned basically on the job.
Yeah, exactly. Struggled in the shootout, slow start in the Open, but made the final. Anyway, back to this one, and this is what Eric Charlton needs to keep doing, is just making a ball of his break and then finding the run out. If he does that 2 more times, it doesn't matter what Declan Brennan does at all.
Nicely done.
What's he thinking?
I want rid of 10 ball side pocket and 9 ball straight after it.
But I think the easiest ball to play on off the 9 is the 8.
Myself and Eric going around the same route again.
You are. You are indeed. No, he's in trouble. It was a good route though, because he was tracking a lovely line. He's just overhit it. If it pulls up anywhere just past hitting the cushion, he's in perfect shape. So I agree with your assessment of the way around the table, Tony. It's just the execution not quite there on that particular shot.
Played that nicely. Nice kiss. He requires a nice kiss. Is what he got.
Yeah. Saw the little reaction there as well. One away for Eric Charlton. 5-3. He now leads, and yeah, you can see a little reaction there. It's find a ball, put the pressure on Eric Charlton, make the score 5-4. Make Eric have to win it.
One thing Declan does have, he's had a decent break throughout this. It's just well, let's just say his normal clinical self has not been present.
Should be a good chance, this. Oh, he could have gone either colour set. I don't know whether you could play the 2 and get the cue ball out. If you could, then the solids would have been good as well.
Played that shot well. Wondering if he could see enough that cue ball bit, then he can just to put it back at the cue ball into the 4. No, he can drop it. Ooh,
he thought he could hold. He wasn't playing into it.
No, I don't think he was.
And he quit on that one as well, worried about pushing through it. And now all of a sudden, not for the first time in the match, Declan's got a much trickier shot than he was planning to because of his cue ball. And it goes though.
Good break again. Oh, that is a monster of a break.
Oh, the ball won't stop rolling in.
His face. He's potted 4 stripes and a solid.
And he may go solids. Depends on the 9.
Depends how quick he wants to run the rack. He is going solids.
I'm not surprised. That 9's tight and it's a poor angle. So.
Absolutely.
So Declan is hoping for a major mistake. But it's Eric Charlton with the opportunity.
Bit straight here, but should be able to pinch a bit of the pocket. How's that? And an angle.
Well, it's all in his hands now.
He's got far enough up to see for the 3. He has. It's gently dropped in.
Perfection.
Done well tonight, Eric. Played very well indeed, especially in the second half of this match. 2 break and runs this is going to be to get over the line. Declan Brennan might need to go and get the pace of this table.
Look what it means to Eric as well. He knows this is a big victory for him to get going in the shootout once again and to beat somebody he has a lot of respect for. And it is Eric Charlton that gets the victory. He beats Declan Brennan by 6 racks to 4, and he marches on to the last 16 of the Boston Shootout.